All right, here we go, guys. This is the Minute Cryptic for Monday, September 29. So I did do yesterday's Minute Cryptic over on Patreon. I was planning on uploading that yesterday, but I just felt like it was not the greatest solve for me to upload to the channel here, so I didn't upload it. Yeah, last week, I did talk about this in the video yesterday, but since it's on Patreon, I need to kind of go over all this stuff. Last week, I did all the Minute Cryptics by myself. Not recording them for videos here on the channel. And we had some interesting ones. You had the numbers one, which was crazy. I did not get that. A couple other ones. There was one that was like Spin Doctor that I did not understand at all because I never heard of a Spin Doctor before. I was not able to do that. There was a couple that were like super easy at the beginning of the week. One of them had something to do with like a coin or like a penny. I don't remember what the answer was, but I got that one literally like in 5 seconds. Like I read it, I saw it, I was like, I know the answer to this, which was crazy because that would have been a super short video if I would have actually uploaded that one. But so yeah, let's go ahead and do the one for today, guys. Really excited to be back on doing these after last week, if you guys don't know, I took an entire week off from like recording videos. So all the videos that were up on the channel of Wordle and Connections, those were all pre-recorded on Sunday. So I can't pre-record the Minute Cryptic though. So I wasn't able to do any of them last week for the channel. So it was very, very nice, by the way, to take a break. So again, I appreciate you guys. If you guys would like to support the channel on Patreon, it would really help out a lot. And you'll get to see the ones of the Minute Cryptic and other games that I don't post here on the channel publicly. So with that being said, let's go and get started. All right. Slender, shiny, sharpened steel strikers. I did not process any of the words I just said. I just realized that they all started with S. So is that important that they all start with S? Slender, shiny, sharpened steel strikers. It's going to be swords, isn't it? It's going to be S words. What do you call this type? Is this an interesting... is this a rebus clue? No. An analyt? Maybe it's an analyt. What's an analytic? I forget the definitions of these again. This would be a rebus. Or is it an analyt? Okay, so the answer, S words, describes what you see in the clue. Wouldn't that be rebus? What is analyt again? Oh my gosh. Or is that what analyt means? I swear, I'm going to look up the definitions of these things a million times until I finally understand the difference. Until I know that there is a difference, but and literally so. Oh, that's what and lit means? And literally so? I didn't know that. The entire clue acts as both the definition of the answer and the wordplay leading to it. So would this be analyt? Sorry, maybe it'll tell me down here. This is an analyt clue. Okay. The rebus one is like where this tells you what to do with the first one. Or a rebus is when like it's almost like the answer is like the clue. Isn't that also kind of what this is doing, though? The wordplay in this clue isn't particularly traditional. We're not looking for an anagram or a deletion, for example, but setting aside specific techniques. Much of solving cryptics is about pattern recognition. There's a pattern here. If we find out what these words have in common, we might find our answer. Yeah, so this one, like, you literally can't do any of the normal stuff with this. Well, I mean, I say that, but like, how can I process this? Oh my God. I get it. I'm trying to think of how do I articulate to you guys that I understand. So swords are slender, shiny, sharpened steel strikers. But also we can read swords as S words, and what we see there are S words. So it works in two different ways, which is why this is so clever. Because if it was just a bunch of random S words up there, this would be a terrible clue. But they're not random S words. I mean, they're not random, but there's a very limited number of things that you could make into a clue. So I could imagine that you could describe swords with only S words in a number of ways. And the one that they chose with slender, shiny, sharpened steel strikers is one of those options. But I'm curious. Okay, hey, maybe I can give you guys a little bit of a task, a little bit of a homework assignment if you guys would like to participate in this. As a thought experiment, are there other ways that you could describe swords with only S's? Is there another thing that would work with this just as well? Because I don't know, like maybe this is the best thing that you can do. Perhaps you could just change a couple of the words. Like, what if you didn't do slender? What if you just did shiny, sharpened steel strikers? Or what if you just did sharpened steel strikers? Like would that be equally as good? I feel like the more S words you use, the better. Because if you just did 3 S words, you might think it's just a coincidence that they all start with S. But once you start getting up there, like 5 words in a row that all start with S, this is clearly intentional, right? And since we're doing cryptic clues, you can probably assume has something to do with the answer. Anyway, let's watch the video. It's been a while since I've watched a video with you guys of Angus here. Oh my God, he literally did that.
Today.
He literally did the thing that I was just asking you guys to do. I could see it in the thumbnail. He's going to get to it at the end here of the video. I can't believe that. He did the homework assignment. He came up. Okay, if you guys have not yet watched his video, and if this is your first time watching this, he is going to come up with another version of the clue himself. So if you guys would like to not use any of his words, and if you guys would like to try to do it yourself, please pause the video now. If you want to attempt this, come up with your version of this that would also work. And you can compare your answers to his and everyone else's in the comments. So, all right, here we go.
Today's cryptic crossword clue is slender, shiny, sharpened steel strikers. And this clue comes to us from one of our members, Jackson Webb. Thank you, Jackson. I love this clue. Not only do I love this clue, but Jackson sent in an alternate to this clue, another clue.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't him. Yeah, I saw it in the thumbnail. I wasn't sure. But actually, that is kind of cool, though, to send in 2 different things that would work. And then choosing the best one, or then they get to choose the best one to publish on the channel, website, whatever.
Answer. And this is actually something that we do a lot. Pretty much every clue in our minis in the member section has an alternate, and you can view the alternate clue in the hints section.
Oh, that's cool.
And then in the walkthrough video, I kind of discuss some of the alternates and why we went with one or the other. Sometimes we swap in an alternate that Liam sent me. It's a bit of fun in the minis, but we've never done it in a daily. And Jackson sent in an alternate clue, which is soldier's scimitar, samurai's steel, swashbuckler's saber. And I might even like the alternate more. I think it's quite a bit easier, which is why we went with the main one.
Okay. Yeah. So he went with the first one because it was easier, or because the other one's easier.
And I might even like the alternate more. I think it's quite a bit easier, which is why we went with them.
Yeah, because like in the second version here, though none of those words, I guess they use the word steel in both of them, right? But like swashbuckler, samurai, you're not using those words as anything like in the clue, right? Like it's very obvious. It kind of it makes the alliterate. Is it alliteration? Isn't there another word? Like alliteration is the right word. But I thought that I swear I remember from English class when I was a kid. I remember oh, why did it go like that? Sorry. That's weird that it does that. If I open up another window, it just okay, it's weird over top of that one. I wonder why. Anyway, so I'm opening up another window here. I'm gonna I remember in English class I learned there was alliteration and there was some other word and it depended on if it was a consonant or a vowel. Alliteration and there's something else. There was definitely another word. Wait, what is this? Hold on. There's no way consonants was the word that I was thinking of. Assonance? Maybe it was consonants. I don't remember that word. That does not sound familiar to me right now, but was that it? Hold on. What is consonants? Alliteration, consonants, assonance. Alliteration, repeated initial consonant sounds in multiple words. Assonance, repeated vowel sounds in multiple words. Consonants, repeated consonant sounds. So there's assonance and consonants versus as far as like repeated vowel sounds versus repeated consonant. I probably learned this in school, but there's no way I'm remembering anything from school. I'm sorry. Like something stuck with me, but not everything. Pretty much everything from English, like I forgot. Alliteration is just repeated initial consonant sounds. Okay, I guess. I see. It always confused me. So whenever I read things like this, like slender, shiny, sharpened steel strikers, or anything else, like say everything started with an A or something, up until today, because I've never looked this stuff up, I have always been hesitant to say it's alliteration because I've always thought that alliteration might be the incorrect word depending on if it was a vowel or consonant. And to be honest with you guys, I still don't know, even after reading that. It made it sound like just consonant sounds, but so if we had a bunch of words that were like that all started with A, it would still be alliteration or not because they're not consonants. You know what? I don't care. I'm using alliteration every time, as are probably most people. Okay, here we go. Let's continue this.
Easier, which is why we went with the main one. But both of these clues are and lits, which means that the whole clue is the wordplay and the whole clue is the definition. And looking at either of these clues, especially soldiers, scimitar, samurai, steel, swashbucklers, saber, the answer is pretty obviously swords, right? Those are all swords. And that's true of slender, shiny, sharpened steel strikers as well. Swords are slender, shiny, sharpened, steel, and strikers. They strike things. And so the answer is swords, but how is that wordplay? Well, you look at all those words and they all start with an S. They're all S words or swords, which are slender, shiny, sharpened,
that's interesting.
strikers, or soldiers, scimitar, samurai, steel, swashbucklers, saber.
All right. Let's try saying that 5 times fast. Soldier, scimitar, samurai, steel, swashbucklers. Okay, I can't. I'm done. I'm not doing it. Interesting. Yeah, I'm definitely curious to know how you guys did on this one, and definitely curious to know if you guys wanted to give it a go and try to use only S words as a clue for swords. Anyway, guys, this was fun. This was clever. It's different to the normal. I also would like to know if any of you guys actually like were trying to look for like any sort of like normal wordplay and letter play here, as far as like, you know, a steal, does it mean, is it an indicator? If you guys were looking for indicators here and stuff, probably didn't do too well. Let me know if you got caught up on that though. Um, uh, I feel like a lot of people are gonna get this one pretty quickly though, but man, if you don't see it, this one could be impossible. I don't know. Because like I got it right away, so it's kind of hard to say how other people would do on this one. That's why I would love to know your guys' experiences with this. So leave a comment. Let me know how you did. Leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.